a lot of parks are owned by a big chain. You got Cedar Fair, you got Six Flags, you got Hersheypark, SeaWorld, whatever.
Merlin, which is like a European chain.
All these parks are owned by these companies that own a lot of different parks.
Yeah.
But there are, and those are what gets a lot of the attention.
Right, yeah.
But there are a lot of great parks that are owned just by either individual families or just like, or maybe by a company, but there's just one park.
Yeah, they are independent and they're not part of a big chain.
Yeah, so that's what the title of this video is, the top 10 independent parks in the United States. Full disclosure, out of these 10, at least one of us have been to 6 of these. So obviously, if you can do math, that means that there's 4 that we haven't been to, but we wanted to not do the top 6. We thought that would be an awkward number. And so we're going by what we've heard from other people and just from what we can gather from videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So let's get right into the video. This number 10 is a park that you've been to that I haven't been to.
Yeah. I went to it last year. It is Wild Waves in Washington, probably about 30 minutes away from Seattle. Now, this park, I only went I didn't go for a very long time, but it is a very small park. It is mostly known for its water park. Its water park does look really good, but the actual amusement park it's fine. It's very pretty there. They have a lot of pine trees. If you've been to Washington, there's a lot of pine trees there. It smells really nice, but there are a lot of empty areas where rides should be, but there just aren't any rides. But they have some good ones. Timberhawk is a wooden coaster that I did enjoy. So Wild Waves, I don't dislike it. I like it, but it's coming in at number 10.
Number 9, but a park that neither of us have been to.
No.
Indiana Beach. Now, really, all I can really say about this is that it looks sketchy.
It does look sketchy, obviously. We've never been there, and it is hard to figure out exactly what these parks are like without going there, but it does look kind of sketchy.
It doesn't look like a park that we've had much of a desire to go to. I mean, we've considered it a couple times, but never actually gone through with it. And yeah, I mean, a few roller coasters and a few flats, and it is what it is. It's nothing special, but it is an independent park. And
I mean, I think
some people seem to like it. I think a lot of people might have some nostalgia, people that grew up in Indiana. Yeah. All right, so let's get in on number 8. Number 8 is a park that neither of us have been to again. And maybe some of these are following a little bit lower, parks that we haven't been to.
Yeah, it's hard to rank things that you've never experienced, but we're trying.
Glenwood Caverns.
Glenwood, yeah. In Colorado. So this park is pretty much, if you've ever been to Colorado, I have, it's very pretty there. Colorado is a very pretty state, and Glenwood Caverns, basically the reason why this park is like any good is because of its location. It's on top of this big hill, and it's like 6,000 feet. Well, I mean, Colorado and Denver is already like a mile high, but it's like 6,000 feet above the ground. So, and they have the highest roller coaster in Defiance.
Yeah, Defiance is technically the highest just because
it's not the tallest,
on a mountain.
Yeah, but this park, it's known for its flat rides.
And a lot of flat rides.
A lot of the flat rides interact with the mountain and like go over like the hill, like over.
Like they have a scream and swing that one of the parts you're looking straight down and there's just a huge drop right there.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be riding anything like that. But this park seems like it exists because of it being a tourist area.
Yes.
With the caves and that. Yeah, so that seems like the main attraction. Almost like Dollywood. I mean, Dollywood's a bigger park and a better park, obviously. But Dollywood was built mainly because it's so close to the Smoky Mountains, and it was an attraction to be part of the Smoky Mountains.
Tourists go for the Smoky Mountains, and then, like, while they have some free time, like a free day, they'll go to Dollywood.
So this is a lesser version. When people are at the caves, they'll go to Glenwood Caverns. So now number 7. Excuse me, number 7. Another place that we haven't been, but tell them what it is.
It is Morey's Pier, which is this pier on the ocean in New Jersey. Now, this pier, it definitely looks like one of the better like pier parks, amusement parks out of here. Their best ride, I've heard they have this Vekoma SLC, which if you don't know what those are, they are rides that people really don't like.
SLC stands for Suspended Looping Coaster?
Yes, and people really don't like these rides, but the one here called the Great Nor'easter, people seem to really like. So they definitely have a lot of rides, you said, right?
Yeah.
They have a lot of rides.
Yeah, they have a total of, what, we got it right here. We have
5 coasters.
Yeah.
And a lot of traditional flat rides, along with a top-notch water park.
Yeah, I guess their water park is one of their main selling points. And because I looked at ticket prices, and ticket prices are like crazy. It's like $82 or something.
Wow.
And you get into the park and water park for that. I guess you can have like 2 different days. But that's a lot of money. People complain about like we're close to Cedar Point, so we do a lot of Cedar Point stuff. And people complain about prices to Cedar Point. And it's on par with
Cedar Point.
Here. Yeah. For so $80-some. But it is what it is. So that's part of the reason, that price is part of the reason why we thought that it should be ranked a little bit lower. And now number 6 is another park that you've been to and I haven't.
You haven't been to any of these parks on the list so far.
No.
So the next park on the list, like you said, I've been there. It is Seabreeze, which is in Rochester, New York. Now this park is a very small park, but it is a very classic park. It is very old-fashioned. They have a lot of just traditional amusement park like games. When you think of an amusement park, like a traditional, stereotypical amusement park, it would be something like Seabreeze. They do have some very unique rides. They have this one ride called bobsleds, and I can't really describe it. You sit in this little like bobsled kind of thing. It's unlike any other ride. Look it up. I mean, we have some footage right now. It is a very unique ride, but it is also the only park that I've been to that they don't play music while walking around.
That's interesting, really?
Yeah.
They don't play any music?
Yeah, they don't play any music, which is very odd. But Seabreeze, it's just a very nice park. It's along Great Lake. It's just, I don't know. I enjoy it a lot.
I mean, it was good enough to come in at number 6 of our independent
It's just
parks.
a very fun park. Have a good time at this.
So number 5, we're moving over out west to Salt Lake City, Utah, to another park that we haven't been to, Lagoon. Now, Lagoon is, it's mostly known for having Cannibal. That's their main roller coaster. It's got one of the steepest drops out of any coaster in the world.
Yeah, it's like 120-degree drop. So it's not vertical. It's well beyond vertical. So it turns in like that.
Yeah, so, and this park has actually 8 roller coasters, but 3 of them are more like kiddie coasters or very small family coasters. But they have a decent amount of just regular flat rides, and it just looks like probably in a nice setting. Salt Lake City is a beautiful area, and because I've been there, but I haven't been to Lagoon, and just looks like probably a nice setting and just probably a nice time, a nice place to spend the day.
Especially the view on Cannibal, because I've seen videos, POVs for Cannibal, and on top of it you see all the mountains and stuff, and it's just so cool looking. Such a beautiful view. Yeah,
great setting. So that cracked our number 5. Now number 4, a park that we have both been to, and a park that you seem to really love more than a lot of people do.
It is Waldameer. Now Waldameer, I've been to this park so many times. Like, I've been here a ton. I go all the time. So really, I mean, if you go to a park a lot, you're gonna grow to really love it. Waldameer, they have one elite coaster, which is Ravine Fire 2. It goes over a road. It is just a super underrated.
It's like Mini Voyage, right?
It's like Mini Voyage.
Mini Voyage.
It is the most underrated coaster I've ridden. It is a phenomenal ride. More people need to talk about it and ride it because it is such a great ride. But Waldameer, again, it's a very classic park, old park.
You don't have to pay to get in.
You don't. You pay per ride, which is very nice.
Or you can get a wristband that allows an all-day wristband. And you can bring food into the park.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you get some food, you just bring it in, you eat at one of the pavilions. So nice. And this is another park that isn't known for their water park, but it is one of their biggest. It's one of their best. One of the best parts of the park is their water park.
So that's Waldameer in Erie, Pennsylvania. Now we're sticking in Pennsylvania and we're moving over a little east to Knoebels. Now, a lot of stuff that we said about Waldameer, you can say about Knoebels. The only difference is Knoebels has more.
They have more roller coasters.
More roller coasters. Yes. With Phoenix and Twister, that flying turns when it's actually open. So Knoebels is a lot of people's one of their favorite parks because of the atmosphere. Now we had one bad experience and one pretty good experience there. So we're kind of in the middle of how we feel about the park. I like
it a lot.
But we will give it credit for being a park that you can just go into and not have to pay to get in, free parking, all that good stuff. And it has tons of traditional county fair rides. Yes. And it feels like you're walking around a county fair whenever you're walking around. So some people like that atmosphere. It won the golden ticket for best food.
Did it, yeah.
And we didn't really eat there any of the time, so we can't really speak on that. But, I mean, if golden ticket says it, it must probably not be true. Yeah, now we're getting into, speaking of middle of nowhere, number 2, we have Holiday World.
In southern Indiana at a town called Santa Claus, Indiana. Which is a very interesting name, and it's a very interesting town. But Holiday World, you probably know it for The Voyage, which is one of the best coasters of all time. Yeah, it's such a nice park.
They're also another park that's known a lot for their water park.
Yeah, their water park is supposed to be really nice. They have lots of water coasters, which is like their biggest thing for the water park. We haven't been to the water park. I've walked like through it, but haven't actually done anything there. But it's just a very nice park. One of my favorite things is they have free soft drinks. So how like literally any park in the whole world, you get a cup, and if you want to get some like lemonade or whatever, you actually have to pay for it. Here, nope, grab a cup, get lemonade, free. Love that.
Yeah, and free sunscreen too.
Free sunscreen, yeah. They just have sunscreen around, so you can use that. It's just so nice. I love it. They have one of the best events there, Halloween Nights, which is a coaster enthusiast only event where you get to ride The Voyage at night, which is incredible.
Yeah, so that, and it's completely family owned, so that makes it just a little bit more unique in that.
It has a great atmosphere.
Now, number 1, all these parks are smaller parks and owned a lot just by like families and by like they're really small. Yeah. But this next one is actually owned by a huge company, but it's not a chain. So it fits into our criteria of what we were looking for. It is Hersheypark. Now, Hersheypark is the only Hersheypark. They don't have a chain of Hersheyparks. So this fits. Now, Hersheypark, it's really not fair to compare it to all these other parks, but that's why it's number 1. And number 1 by a long shot. I mean, you have Candemonium, you have Sky Rush. They're going to be building Wildcats Revenge for supposedly next season. And just a great, huge park, plenty of stuff to do. A big water park smack dab in the middle of it.
They have one of the best coasters of all time, a Laugh Track.
Laugh Track is an excellent ride. We've been to Hersheypark twice now.
Yeah.
And we loved both experiences. We thought it was a great place, great atmosphere.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a very nice park. Personally, I don't love it as much as a lot of people do. It is a great park, but personally, I do think it's a tad bit overrated.
Really?
But I think with Wildcats Revenge, it will definitely help because I'm not...
Their coaster collection is going to...
Their coaster collection will definitely get a big boost with the new coaster.
But that's it. We reached number 1, so that's as high as we can go.
I think so. If my calculations are correct, I think so.
And that's it for this video. Go ahead and drop a comment below. What do you think of these rankings? Do you think there's any park that should have been added to this list? Have you been to one of the parks that we haven't and want to give a little insight to it? Please go ahead and do that. And then while you're down there by the subscribe button, go ahead and push that. Subscribe to the channel.
Push it and you'll be super happy.
Yes.
Don't you want to be happy? And then I'd be super happy as well.
Like the video, and then you'll be all ready because you'll be subscribed already and ready for our next video. So we'll see you then here on Beachcliff Studios.